Sunday, May 31st, and I'm getting ready to head to my son Riley's graduation parade, senior parade, whatever you want to call it. Yes, Friday, May 29th was his 18th birthday. I already put my eyeshadow primer on, though, by the way, and I'm using my products from my Shop My Stash. Friday, May 29th was his 18th birthday, and it was also his last official day of school, because I've been doing like online school stuff. So he is happy to be done with that, and today is their little parade thing, which at first the police were not going to, they're not blocking off roads, but the police are escorting it. So that's good, at least, because at first it was like they were trying to organize this, like Project Graduation, parents and stuff, and the police were like, no, this can't happen, we're not, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then it turned into they're not blocking off roads and stuff, but they will escort the line of cars, whatever. So, my husband works for the school, and he's recording it. He's the technology director for the school district. And so we're going to go and stand at the school as they make their last drive-through at the school. And then they're just going to do a little drive through town, and that's that. And then if all works out, we're supposed to have graduation on the football field on July 11th, I believe. So we will just have to wait and see at that point what things are like if we're allowed to have big gatherings by then or not. So who knows, but that's what we're doing today. So I'm just getting ready for that, and I don't really have a huge plan for what I'm gonna do for makeup. I'm wearing a well, I have this like gray t-shirt with little silver palm trees, that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, and my necklace from Wendy, isn't it so pretty? And I'm gonna be wearing like a little like light zip up jacket that's like this color, so I'm like, oh, that'll be perfect. Because it's only supposed to be like 58 when we're there. It's kind of a cooler day in Michigan, which I'm totally fine with. And so that is kind of what we're doing today. So I thought, why not just kind of come on here, do my makeup with you guys, chat a little bit. Yeah. So I think I'm just going to do like a pink and teal look today. Is that what I want to do right there? Yeah, why not? I'm like, now I'm going to use my Tokyo Harajuku palette. So we'll see what I come up with this. I knew I wanted a little bit more of like a brown base for my transition though. I was having, like the craziest, yuckiest dreams last night. It was just awful, and I'm sure it has everything to do with stuff that's going on in the world today, which I'm not going to talk about that stuff, but it was just, oh my gosh, like dreams that I would wake up and just be like, ugh, and fall back asleep and then go into another one. It's like, oh my gosh, even in sleep you can't escape, you know? And so it was kind of a restless night of sleep, kind of annoying. My husband's bringing me coffee. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, it was kind of a weird whatever. But Friday for my son's birthday, let's go on to something fun. We, you know, wanted to do something to make it special, because obviously right now in Michigan, I see other states are opening things up and you can like go places and do stuff. In Michigan, there's nothing to do still. We still have a stay-at-home order until June 12th, and we, which is my 21st anniversary. So we're not doing anything that day. In fact, I'm just going to work because there's nothing to do anyway. But yeah, so stay at home till June 21st, and we can have gatherings of 10 people or less is kind of what they're allowing right now. So not really a whole lot to do. And so we were like, well, what can we do for his birthday to make it special? Well, we were having a hard time and he wasn't really giving us any ideas. And so we ended up we got pizza, and my oldest son's girlfriend came over, And she hadn't been over in quite a while because during all this, like, we weren't, all getting together and stuff. And we ended up, like, eating, and I made these peanut butter cookie brownies for them. I can't eat them, but they all thoroughly enjoyed them. And we got, like, really good ice cream, and just they were playing games and had a lot of fun, and it was just a really good night. We stood in the kitchen. My oldest son was gonna go over to his girlfriend's house, like they were gonna leave and go over there for a little bit, and they were gonna leave at like 8:30, and so we stood in the kitchen at 8:30 to say goodbye, and they didn't leave until like after 11:30. Yeah, because we just kept talking. So it was a really good night. It was like we were standing there like laughing about stuff and just had a lot of fun just talking about things and whatever. So it ended up being a really good night. And I gave Riley, we were giving him money toward drum stuff that he's getting for his recording equipment and things like that. But I wanted to give him, I gave him like a little goodie bag of like some of his favorite treat type things and just some things that I thought sounded interesting to eat that he would like. He and my husband love really spicy things, so I was finding spicy stuff, and then a package of socks because he was in desperate need of socks. So that was kind of how his birthday went, but it was a really good night. It was fun. So I think he was happy, and that makes me happy, and what more could you want, So I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now about this look that I'm doing, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna see what happens. Here's a problem that I'm having when I wear pastels. Oh, okay, that's fine. I look back at it and go, I don't really like that, because it's like my eyes need something darker, I feel like, or it makes me look very tired. I thought that was only under my eyes, but on Easter, which was also my birthday, I did look from this palette, and I love it. Like, I love how it turns out, but then like we took pictures and stuff. My husband took pictures of me with my boys and whatever, and I was like, ugh, like I did not like how I looked at all. It just made me look really tired. I don't know, it's weird. So, and I've got friends popping out everywhere, which I don't know if I said this in another video or not, but I was like, what is going on with my face? Like, I've been breaking out like crazy, like around my nose and around my mouth. Like, it's been really weird. I don't know where that random is coming from, but whatever. And then we saw in the news, they were talking about, they're calling it maskne, because people are getting acne from wearing masks. And I'm like, oh, that makes total, well, I had kind of said, I feel like I'm getting this from wearing the mask, And then sure enough, that seems to be what is happening to people. So I'm like, makes sense. So yeah, I've got maskne. So yeah, I will be very happy when we get to a point where we don't have to wear masks anymore. I never get to wear full makeup. Today I am, because I'm just gonna be in my car or like standing out on the sidewalk at the school, not near anyone, so it won't be like, like I need a mask. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wear a full face of makeup, and it's gonna be glorious, because I never get to do that anymore. Isn't that weird? The simple things in life that we're missing right now. I'm gonna slap on a little sparkle, because why in the world wouldn't we? And really, I like my darker colors. I like my oranges and yellows, but like dark ones, and greens and whatever. I don't know what it is, like if it's my eye shape or my age or what, but I don't, or my coloring, maybe like my skin tone and hair, I have no idea, but I just feel like really light looks do nothing for me. Not good on me. And I see them on other people, and I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. But that's kind of the cool thing about different skin tones and, hair color and eye color and things like that, because things look different on everybody, and I think that makes it fun. Like, as far as clothes, that people wear, and makeup and all that good stuff. Makes it interesting and fun. Because it'd be really boring if everybody just looked kind of like the same and everything. Boring. I'm not about that boring life. I'm about like real simple life. Let's be real here. Actually, this was so cute, you guys. So yesterday, I'm working out, and my son comes in. He was outside raking some grass because my husband didn't cut the grass. And he comes in and he's like, Mom, there's a girl out here who wants to talk to you. And I'm like, what? We live out in the country. Like, we literally have across the street from us are some neighbors that are older. Actually, my sister went to school with their daughter, but they were like older parents than like how my parents are. My parents were really young parents, kind of, and they were like at the other end of the spectrum. And so I was thinking, so they're across the street, and then next to us are like brothers that own a house. Only now I don't know if they both live there, because now there's like a girlfriend or wife there with a baby, but whatever, it doesn't matter. But and then that's really the only neighbors we have. The other people are like far from us. And so I'm like, there's a girl here to see you. He's like, and she's on her lawnmower. She rode her lawnmower over. And I'm like, what? So I'm gonna have to teach him the difference between a girl and a woman, apparently, because I'm like right in the middle of working out, like no joke. I'm sweating. I'm like, I don't know, in downward dog or something. And he's like, my husband's like, I think you're gonna have to go out there. So I'm like, oh. So I pause my workout and I go out, and it's this old lady on the lawnmower. I'm like, that's not a girl. Like, I'm picturing it's like the girl that my sister went to school with, that is the daughter of the neighbors across the street or something, you know? No. And so, I mean, this woman was like in her late 70s probably. So, I don't want to say old woman. Did I say old woman? That's not very nice. But an older woman. But anyway, so I go out there, and she's like, oh, I just wanted to come over and say hi to you. And she's telling me where she lives, like down the road, like a road off of our road and whatever. And I'm friends with them that live across the street from us and blah, blah, blah. And so she like kept putting her hand out, and I wasn't thinking. So I go to like shake her hand. She goes, oh, we can't shake hands. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I forgot about that. Like, I don't know. It just feels weird. Like I said, if you were wearing a mask, I didn't say it to her, but I was saying to my husband, like if we were wearing masks, I would be very aware of it. But since we aren't, we're like standing outside in my yard. It's like, it's just like normal, natural, like, you know, you reach over and shake someone's hand. I don't know. It was really funny though, like to be like, oh my gosh, yeah, no, we can't shake hands. Like, so weird. I don't like it. But yeah, but she was super sweet. So she was coming over to say hello and introduce herself and asking our names. And she knows people with our last name. Everybody does, but they're not usually directly related, or they're like, my husband's family like isn't close. Like they don't, it's like the family kind of sectioned off or something. And so we don't know like any of the people that most people, you know, ask us if we're related to. But so we're talking to her, and we know a lot of her family, like people she's related to, and kind of got the info that the people in the house right next to her are her brother-in-law. And so I'm like, oh, okay, like putting together who people are. So that was kind of fun. And but it was like the first time that it made it really real to me how different things are, even though I see people in masks all the time. But I think because I work all the time and have been seeing it for months, I don't think anything of that now. But like the idea of not shaking someone's hand, like that was a very strange thing to me. But yeah, so it was, and then it made me feel kind of dumb for a minute, like, oh my gosh, I just tried to shake her hand and we're not supposed to do that. Like, I'm pretty sure she wasn't really thinking that, but whatever. Well, and then she was so cute. She's like, then my husband had come out, so we were all standing out there talking, and she was like saying how, oh, this foundation is late on me right now. She's like, and I don't have the virus. I have allergies, whatever, because she like sort of kept clearing her throat. And I'm like, oh no, you're fine. I said, I see what you're doing. You're driving your lawnmower around infecting everyone. And we were like laughing. She was really funny. She was a cute lady. So that was kind of a fun thing to meet somebody that, well, it was funny too, because she said, you know, how long have you guys lived here? And we're like, oh, like 9 years, I think it's been. And she's like, what? And she's like, I'm a terrible neighbor to never come over. Well, she lives another road over. It's not like she's like our neighbor, but I guess in the country that is a neighbor. But we're like, well, we haven't either. And she's like, you never know. And I'm like, and it's true. Like, you never know the kind of people. Like, some people do not want to be bothered. And so you get some people who are not very nice. But she was kind of saying everyone around here, you know, like people, which we do like with our neighbors and stuff too, like keep an eye on things if we know they're not around and stuff like that. We've had a couple incidences where we were like, you know, having to make sure we were letting them know about some stuff that was going on and things like that. So those are the kind of neighbors, like, I love that. I am not a like stand outside for hours talking to your neighbor kind of person. Not that I wouldn't, but it's just not like ideally me. Like, I don't go strike up conversations. But it's nice to have neighbors that you feel comfortable with each other and know you can, you know, count on each other if you need something, or to be paying attention about, you know, if there's someone around who shouldn't be and that kind of thing. So I am very thankful for that. So that was cute to meet her, and she had a cute little personality. So that was fun. And we've just been trying to enjoy. We've had like some cooler weather now the past couple days, because it was like in the 80s and it was way too hot. And so it's been kind of in the 60s these past couple days, which has been glorious. Like, I literally don't want it past 75. Like, please, just don't. Okay, concealer. I'm like losing track of what I'm doing here. Which maybe you guys don't want to watch me do my whole makeup routine. However, I don't really do that very often, so I was like, well, maybe I'll just be quiet though and do this and speed through. Okay, now I'll finish up the eyes. Another cool thing on Friday, the 29th, was that people from Project Graduation, that sounds terrible that I'm not part of it because we're in a small community and all that, but I was part of it for my oldest son's graduating class. And let's just say there are people who have leader personalities and people who don't. I do not. But I'm willing to help. Like, just tell me what you want me to do and, you know, whatever like that. However, there are some people whose leader personalities are a little hard to work with. And they will ask for suggestions about things, but you know they really have no intention of doing anything anyone suggests. They have their own, you know, agenda in mind, and that's what's going to happen regardless. And it was a very stressful situation, and we have this year a few of the same people on the committee that were on that committee, and so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to sit this one out. And since my son is not like, my oldest son was super involved in like all the social stuff at school. Like, he was like homecoming king and, you know, on the court every year, and he was king his senior year, and he was prom king, and he was just like that kind of kid. Like, that was his thing, was, you know, whatever, being involved in all the social stuff and sports and all that stuff. Where my son Riley, that is not his thing at all. Like, he is a musician, he bowled on the school bowling club, whatever, things like that, but he doesn't care about like dances and all that kind of stuff. He actually was on homecoming court this year though, but and so anyway, backtracking, all of a sudden this car is pulling in our driveway on Friday. My husband's like, somebody's here. I'm like, what? Like, nobody's anywhere right now, you know. Yes.
Did I see the wet hairbrush, please?
Yes.
I'm
recording.
YouTube video, but I had to get it.
Okay. That was him, by the way. And anyway, so this car is coming up the driveway, and all of a sudden it's like beeping like crazy. Well, then I can kind of see who's in there. I just made a disaster with this. Like, what the heck? I'm gonna have to tried to smudge it out. I don't know what happened, but it like is refusing to be placed in this one spot of my eye, and then it just looks bad. I don't know. Anyway, and these two ladies come out and they have like a little bag with little like prizes or whatever for, it was for the senior class. There were people going around and taking them to all the seniors, which was really cute, I thought. So it was like I think there was like candy in there and candy and what the heck else? I know the one other thing, but maybe it was just a bag of candy and then a gift card. And so that was really cool. So it's kind of fun to, you know, like see somebody from the school and have them, that they were going around doing that for all the kids. They're really trying to make it special, you know, since the kids did not get to have their senior year basically, or, you know, the whole second half of it. So I'm not feeling my eye look today at all, kids, in case you couldn't tell, but whatever. I think it'll probably be fine. And my nose, that Porblum, I think Touch and Soul, but it's like the watery one, like rose water primer or something like that. It does not fill anything, and so like you can see right where my concealer was like on my nose and stuff. I don't know. It's not that cute. Not that cute. All right, and I think I'm just gonna go into this, nope, the Soda Pop palette and use this one color for my inner corner, because I just feel like it up here. I know I haven't been like showing you all the, but I'm also using like 3 different palettes to do the look, so it was more just a little chitty chat about what's going on, kind of, you know, document things too for me for my son's senior year and all that good stuff. So yeah, they're just gonna have a short little parade today, and then that's that, I guess. And then we'll come home, and I don't know what we'll do, because I think it's supposed to be like 65 for the high today. So really we could do some stuff outside and like actually enjoy it, because it won't be so hot. I'm going to go ahead, finish up my eyes and lips, and then I'll just come back and say one more thing and say goodbye for the day. Okay, when I went to finish my eyes, I realized I had never put my highlight on, so I ended up just using this one down here, which is Blushing Azalea. So I didn't go like crazy with it or anything, but it's really pretty. So that is what I did, and I will just end up slapping some gloss on, and we're good to go. Because I'm gonna be finishing drinking coffee and eating something before we head out. But yeah, so it should just be a fun day, and just one last little quick, well, not last because they still are gonna have a graduation ceremony, but just a little something to, you know, end their school year, I guess. And everything's just sort of weird, isn't it? It's just sort of weird. But man, the stories they're gonna have to tell. And aside from that, I just wanted to say that I am super enjoying doing my Shop My Stash, like more than I thought I would. I thought I would be like, boring, I'm tired of using the same stuff. It's nice because for work, I don't have to like think through like what eyeshadow palette and stuff. I just grab from the ones that are sitting right here. And so that makes it very nice, and how everything's contained in the one bag as far as my whole face stuff. So that makes it super quick. And so I am thoroughly enjoying it. I think I'm going to kind of, I might just switch out maybe my eyeshadow palettes at some point in June. But then I think in July, I'm going to do like a total revamp of like a whole, you know, the face stuff and everything. And then kind of maybe do it monthly, because I'm enjoying using some products that I'm not normally using, and using some things up that I want to just get rid of, but I don't want to just throw away because there's nothing wrong with them. They're just not my favorite, you know? And then the only other thing I would like to say is obviously this world is a crazy place right now, and we can all do our part in changing that. And the easiest way to do it is just being kind. It's very easy when someone's being rude to you to snap back. And all that does is escalate things. And I definitely find, even where I work, when someone is being rude to me, like a customer is being rude, if I sort of act like I don't notice and just keep being pleasant to them, it usually changes their demeanor. Like, they usually kind of take it down a few notches. And I think people are so used to retaliation, and a lot of people aren't good about, when something's bothering them, not taking it out on other people, which is very unfortunate. But we can help diffuse that by not engaging with what they're doing. And I think that will make a huge difference in this world. And it's such a simple thing. And I get it. Sometimes, like, tensions are high in certain situations and things like that. And when somebody's being rude to you, like, you're like, no, I'm not gonna put up with this. And I'm guilty of it too, or being like, I'm not gonna let this person talk to me like that. However, it's not really my nature to, lash out. But it's a very simple thing to do, to just go, nope, I am not engaging in this. I am not escalating it to a place it doesn't need to go. I'm just going to kind of move on, or just keep being polite. And, what's your nature? My nature is being polite. My nature is kind of letting things go and not retaliating and things like that. And if I allow other people's behavior to make me start to be that way, then I'm letting them have this control and power over me, that why in the world would I give that to somebody? And so, stay true to who you are and be kind to people. If you aren't a kind person, sit and think about that for a minute. Why aren't you? And what can you do to change, to change that, to be kind to people? That's all we need to do. We need to be kind to each other. We need to love each other. We need to look at each other as we are. We are all someone's child, someone's sister, someone's brother, someone's niece, someone's nephew, grandchild, whatever. We are all loved, and we are all important, and we are all special. Nobody is more important than anybody else. And we need to really examine that and think about that in our interactions with other people. And so that is just what I would like to leave you with today, as I head out to celebrate my son and the rest of his graduating class. And let's make the most of times. Let's not add to the worst of them. So that would just be my little challenge, not challenge, just my, suggestion to everybody. Like, let's do that. Let's make things better. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.